is when you're gonna get notified, which is gonna be April. And then also you have to be free during a weekend, Scholars Weekend that they have in August. And this next year is gonna be 4th to 7th. Other important thing is the general applications requirements. So these include the actual online application that you saw. In addition to that, through the online application, you have to fill 2 recommendations from professors. So it has to be a professor, an instructor, and an advisor. They recommended to do, of course, from Bergen. So my suggestion is choose 2 of your professors or an advisor and just ask them to do the recommendation letter. An important thing to notice is that the recommendation letter, you're not gonna get to see it. So basically, the way that most of these scholarships work is that you email the professor through the website, and then they email it directly to the website, so you don't touch the letter, which is more convenient for the foundation, of course. Also, you need both your financial information and your parents, which include the taxes for last year, for both yourself and your parents. Question?
Yeah, there's some kind of calculator. Do you know where that is? Because I think if you're above the amount of money for income, you're not also eligible. You need to calculate.
Yes, for the financial part.
Yeah.
Yes. So they don't the specific number they say, I think is between you're eligible if it's less than 90,000 your family income. But they like the general thing is that they give it to people that have less than 25,000 or less. So if you're eligible if you're 90 or less, but 25 or less makes you a better candidate. Yes.
My finances are not connected to my mother's, so at
Right.
all. Like,
I have a question next. So let me just put you on hold for like 30 seconds. Okay, just before we talk about that question, let's talk about the essay questions, okay? So these are your priority during the application, okay? So of course you have to fill the classes and everything, but these are a big part of it, okay? Essay questions, let me just go back to that now that I have the application open. So it's short answers and essays, okay? So you can get to see what the questions are. So first they're gonna ask you, how will you describe your community college academic experience as in being a walk in the park or an uphill climb or something else? Fill in the blank with your own expression and explain. So you see that they're asking questions that are not like straightforward, like, oh, tell me what's your major or something like that. So they're trying to get out of you your personality mainly, right? So they're trying, what I always say, when applying to the scholarship is that you want to make sure that you prove that you're a student that works hard and that likes challenge. Okay, so throughout these answers, again, this is not a time to be modest, so just make sure that you're proving them that you are thinking big, that you like to work hard, and that you like the challenge. Another question, so these are like short questions. Another big one is this one over here, which is your autobiography, 3,000 characters. Okay, so you have to focus on that one, of course, so it's pretty much your story. Okay, you have the time to show that to the foundation in this question. Okay, so let's go back here. And again, I just said that. Just make sure that, as I was telling you before, you prove in these questions that you have a unique story. They want evidence that you're thinking big, that you're working hard, and that you're achieving great things. They want to see that you're challenging yourself, that you get out of the comfort zone frequently, and that you always give more than expected. Okay? The difficult questions. The difficult questions are those questions that they're normally asking you about, oh, tell me about a time where you failed, or tell me about a time where you did something and it didn't work, all right, something like that. So the idea and my suggestion in these questions is that, okay, you give them that example where you didn't do something right or that you failed, but then always try to turn it around and try to say, okay, this didn't work, but this is what I learned from it, and now I'm gonna make it better, okay? Go ahead. Now, frequently asked questions. So let me just start by answering you the question. Even if you're financially independent, if you're under 30 years of age by the application deadline, your parents most complete the parent forms of your application will be incomplete, or your application will be incomplete. Okay, so if you're less than 30, even if you're not related to your parents, you have to find a way to fill that. Okay?
There's no way around it.
yeah, like,
I don't think so.
like I haven't lived at home for at least 5 years. I'm 28.
Okay,
So,
let me answer that to you at the end,
then,
okay? Because there is always a way around it. So, just don't be discouraged by this, but it is a fact that they want to get that information. Even if it is zero, even if it is zero collaboration or zero contribution, they need that fact. In fact, when I completed my own application, I didn't feel taxes because I didn't have any income. My mom didn't feel either because she didn't have any income either. So I just put I don't feel taxes. All right, so that's an option. Or you do it legally, whatever they ask you to do. You have to fill some forms in particular, but it is a fact, so you just have to say it. Okay. Other normal questions that they're asked is that there is no age restriction. Also, international students are fine. This is a big thing. Okay, there's not that many opportunities for international students for scholarship. That's a fact. This scholarship supports international students, so that's a big one. Transcripts and all supporting documents have to be in English. You will be able to work on your application until the December deadline, so it's not like you have to fill it at one time. 2 recommendations are required. We talk about that. And the only acceptable form for the recommendation is through that online system. Okay, finally, I just want to make sure that everyone that I have in that list is going to apply for the application, because we only regret the chances that we didn't take, okay? I hear it often, not only for this application, but for other ones. They're like, no, I'm not gonna have a chance for that. It looks too hard to apply. It looks too hard to get it. Just do it, all right? The worst that can happen is that they say no. So what? Okay, and now that takes me to my other point in this case, which is the actual application. Just actually filling the application is a beneficial thing for you, because you're gonna apply even if you're graduating, especially if you're graduating on spring. Ideally, you're applying to more than only this scholarship, and just the fact of you sitting down, writing an essay about yourself, writing an essay about your accomplishments, and writing an essay about what you want, it's a beneficial thing for other scholarships, just for you to be clear in what you want, and for more academic and professional opportunities. So the application itself is a plus. If you win it, of course, it's a plus, right? So if you're eligible, you must apply. I'm gonna email you and annoy you to make sure you do it. This is a picture of Anna and me when we won it, when we were notified. This is in April 2014. And I'm not gonna tell you the way they did it, but it was pretty nice. We were, of course, all excited. Okay, reasons for applying again. Number one thing, you're gonna get $40,000, up to $40,000 for your tuition and other expenses. You're gonna get to go to your dream school if that happens. You're gonna be part of a great scholars community full of cookies. That's what we call each other, which is great in every sense. I mean, we support each other in every way that we can, and it's just a great thing to be part of. And again, the application itself is beneficial. Finally, I want to close with this amazing quote from Jack Kent Cooke that says, "Destiny demands you to do better than your supposed best." Okay? If you're graduating this year, just make sure that you do this. All the scholarships, apply to everywhere that you want, even your dream schools.